basement right now, and we're going to show you guys how to make a dried flower wreath. So in the summer we have our cut flower garden outside, and we grow a whole bunch of different cut flower varieties, and we make bouquets and bring them to our farmers market. So I also will take the cut flowers and dry them, so I'll like hang them upside down in our basement on rafters, and then that way we have stuff for like the colder months. Like right now it's the end of December and it's really cold out, so it's nice because we still have flowers to make stuff with, like wreaths and other things for going to like a craft show in the winter or a winter farmers market. So if you can look up, you can see like kind of some of the flowers that we dried from our flower garden this past summer. And there's just different varieties up here. Some are annuals, some are perennials. They're mostly annuals, but we just hang them upside down from our rafters or the boards in the basement. And then it's really nice because then in the summertime or in the winter time, we can take them and use them for different projects that we want to make out of the dried flowers. So what I do is I'll just like go gather a whole bunch of different varieties, like straw flower, celosia, a whole bunch of different varieties of the dried flowers for our project that we want to make. So then once I've gathered all the varieties that I want to make and incorporate into whatever I'm working on a wreath today, then I kind of lay them down in piles. So I'll put like the amaranthus, the stuff, all kind of in a pile, and then like our scabiosa, the black knight, in a pile, celosia in a pile, the blue salvia, comprina, some straw flower, hydrangea. So basically I just pull down from the rafters just a few different varieties that I want to make into the wreath and put them in piles and get them all ready on the table. So then I get you can use whatever kind of wreath you want, but I'm using like a grapevine wreath. It's just like a one that I got from the craft store. I have made my own grapevine wreaths out of like willow branches, like dried them out and stuff, but they take quite a while to make. So I just kind of just buy them from the craft store, but you can make your own if you want. So I just grab whatever wreath you want to use, and then I use this floral wire. I use a 26 gauge floral wire. It works pretty good for me. It doesn't break. So then you just tie it on there wherever you want to start it. I'll just flip it around to the back. So tie it on the back. Probably not the best shirt to wear while I'm doing this. But you just basically tie it on the wire, wrap it around a couple times like that. That's pretty good. And then I'll just kind of like pull it through a few times so it's kind of tight. So when you pull it, it doesn't keep spinning around. You just grab whatever you want to use for your wreath. So I usually start with some like amaranthus or something that kind of is a good background, I would say, or like a filler. So I'll take like a few, maybe like 2, 3 of them like that, and you're just kind of like making a little bouquet kind of thing. And then you can grab whatever else you want to make. Grab that pink celosia in there, kind of just put it around. I'll grab some other like different colored pink ones. This. Grab maybe some blue salvia, put it in there. Frina, this little pink looking ball one. Ageratum. You're just basically making like a little bouquet of dried flowers. You can kind of put the leaves off if you want, but I kind of like it in there. It gives it like a more of a cool natural look, I guess. And then you can add some straw flower. Looking pretty good, I guess. This creon's kind of nice. Gives it a little bit of air. So I think that's looking pretty good. These asters are kind of pretty. The status is kind of nice. So yeah, that's kind of a good clump. I think I'm gonna add maybe another straw flower in there. We have our first bunch of flowers, and I kind of lay it on the wreath like this a little bit and see if it looks okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I'll cut like the bottoms. Then I just lay it on the wreath like that, and then I wrap it like usually like 3 times. 2, 3. So that's our first clump, and then we just are going to keep doing that. Okay, so we just did another little bunch. I was gonna show you how we put it on the wreath. Hopefully you can see this. So I just made like a little bunch of all the flowers that are on the table, and then I'm gonna tie it on this wreath right here. So what I do is I first kind of lay it. That's the one we just tied on. And I'm gonna lay it kind of like here on it, on the other side kind of thing. And I'll like kind of measure, see all on the bottom, all these like kind of going off. I'll try to just do it right to where this other bunch is. So I just grab my scissors and just kind of trim them off a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I lay it down on here, like that. And I'll show you, maybe I can grab it, so you can kind of see I'm like making one bunch. That was my first bunch I put on there, and now I'm just like adding to it to make another one. That looks pretty good. And then I wrap it maybe around 3 times. 2, 3. I'll hold it. I'm gonna see if I can show you what it looks like so far. So that's what it looks like so far. We got like one little bunch on. We're just gonna keep adding to it. Another little bouquet that we made, and then we're just gonna put it on the wreath. This time, like I got the 2 so far. I got some stems getting caught on there. So what I do is I'm just gonna overlay it, like overlap it. I don't know if you can see, but wherever the green wire is right there, I just kind of like overlay it like that and put it on there, tie it on there. So again, I'll just kind of come and cut a little bit of the ends off. And just kind of lay it on there wherever it looks good. There's pretty good. And wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So that's what we got so far. Kind of see all those pretty flowers. So I just try to start with something like that has some like texture and like a filler almost. So I will just grab like, 3, 4, however many. Doesn't really matter, just to make it so you have like a little bit of a filler. These are kind of cool. They're called Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. So a little pump of that. Then you can just start grabbing whatever other flowers. These are kind of cool. They're Black Knight Scabiosa. They're they're black. They're cool. Kind of see that. You just rearrange them around however you want. Celosia. This is like a lighter pink color celosia. Show ya. It's kind of pretty. It's like a light pink. And just kind of put it around there, wherever. It looks good. And this sweater keeps getting caught on everything. Probably shouldn't have wore this sweater. And then there's another type of celosia that's really pretty. I'll show you that one. It's like a little bit like darker pink. It's like that. It's pretty. And kind of just put it all around in there. And then this blue salvia is kind of cool. It's got good blue color to it. Put it around in there. And this ageratum's nice. It's kind of that same bluish color as the salvia. I'll show you that one. They're like little balls of blue. Yeah, they're kind of cool. And then my personal favorite is the straw flowers. They have so much color. They just really make it pop. So it's kind of cool. I try to add a lot of straw flowers because I just love them. Great color. Pretty pink color. So I just kind of put it wherever, all around. There's no really right or wrong. Looking good. This Cleome's kind of cool. It's like a really pretty pink. I like that in them too. I think that looks kind of pretty in them. Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, these asters are really cool too. These are kind of cool. They got really cool color on them. Put that in. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. That's a nice little clump. Now we'll go put it on our wreath. So that was our clump we just made. Now I'll trim the bottoms off, like just wherever. I kind of just go like that. Then, again, you're just kind of like overlapping. So you can see where we're at. See all that like wire? So I'm just gonna like lay it right in there. Like right in there. There. That's what we got so far. It's looking good. I got it done for now. I tied off the green little wire thing. I tied that off in the back, just knotted it up and twisted it. And then I didn't want to make too much because I think the grapevine's so pretty. So I think that's good. It's got a lot of flowers on it and a good nice clump. I think we did 4 clumps total. So now I'm just going to tie some burlap around here so you don't see that green wire. Take some burlap like that you get from the craft store, and I first will tie it on like the bottom or the back, just one strand like I tie on to give me like a starting anchor, you know, so it doesn't slip around when I start wrapping it. So I'm just like tying it on like in a double knot on the back right now. I got one through, now I'm gonna go one more. Okay, I got it kind of knotted on. You can maybe see it. I just tied it in a knot and put it on the back. Then I take it and just start wrapping it around over and over and over. We're gonna keep doing that. And I take my scissors and cut off a little bit like that. And then I try to find that one piece where I started there, and I knotted it. And then that's where I ended up. So then I tie those two together in a knot. And the burlap's just nice because it hides the green wire and it makes it so it doesn't fall apart too. And it looks really cool. So that's it. So I'll show you once we hang it up what it looks like. So here's what it looks like out of the dungeon basement. You can kind of see it better. Like in the daylight. So I think it looks okay. Show it from that side. I can't really see it very good from that side. But that's basically it. I think it turned out okay.